Oh, that's... I got a pack of them off of Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Because I made
Looks
a...
very like raven or crow-like,
Yes.
of the corvid variety.
I made a really bad Raven Queen cosplay
Mm.
Nice.
like 3 years ago. So
Guys, guys.
We belong to like a corvid like Facebook page. I keep telling my wife like all I want is a crow friend. It's like I want to be able to just like leave stuff out, have my little crow buddy show up because we don't have any ravens in my area, but we do have crows. So I was like, I just want like a crow friend that I can go out in the morning and be like, "Hey, crow friend." They're like adorable.
Oh wait, do you know their races other than the Minotaur?
Gem Dragonborn, 2 ASMR, and am I missing anybody? Minotaur.
Which one are you?
I'm one of the ASMR, Fallen, and Dido is a protector?
And then what's Frost?
Gem Dragonborn.
I'm
so sad Dragonborn are not good in 5th edition.
They have been making improvements to Dragonborn in 5th edition that
Oh.
make them not suck.
Good, that's awesome, because that was a shame.
Yeah, so the Taldore books, basically Matt Mercer was like, Dragonborn suck, let's fix
They
it.
do.
And so he made the Ravenite Dragonborn, which one gives them dark vision, and then they have alterations to their breath weapon. And then
It's really funny, like, of all races to not have dark vision, like, the dragon race doesn't have dark vision, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that was super weird.
And then I believe the breath attack scales now because it was a very useless ability to have.
Yes.
That it's
very,
like
very
I
true.
do 1d6 on this thing I can use once a day, and it's like that's terrible. I would just hit with my, 1d6, 1d12 great axe. Yeah, it's like why would I not just attack with my multi attack? And then the newest edition are like these basically how you have the chromatic, the metallics, the neutral ones from like older editions are gem dragons, and so they added gem dragonborn, and so they
Yeah, I'm really excited for Fizzban. I hope they get some really good stuff in there. I believe that's where the Draconian variant is coming in too, which
and
I
the
am
kobold,
like.
that guy who's actually Bahamut and also Paladin.
Yeah, but the gem dragonborn and the kobold changes that are on playtest right now are both getting basically fast laned into this new book.
Cool. Yeah, I love Dragonlance so much, and I want like a campaign book. But like, at least this is like the first steps. Like, it's a character from Dragonlance. I'm like, as soon as I heard the name, I was like, oh, thank God, something. Been waiting for something for like 8 years now.
Well, they were having that back and forth controversy.
I know it has nothing to do with the actual writers, though.
That world is just a world where there's mostly just Tiamat and Bahamut known by different names.
So, yes, but there's also a lot of other changes. Like,
yeah, but nobody cares about
Dragonlance is crazy. Like the wizard changes specifically for me really make the campaign setting. They're really really cool.
I am not a fan of their how do I put this? One-dimensional characters.
Multi-dimensional character, you said?
One-dimensional characters.
I'm gonna try to turn you up, I think.
They have. I'm on.
She's
Reddit,
on mine, so you gotta turn mine up.
Okay.
And can I be heard all right?
I can hear you.
All right, try now, Shy.
Hello.
There you go. That's better.
Anyway, like I'm not a fan of like a lot of their one-dimensional characters. Like I read the War of Souls series, and it's like this one character is like so
So the War of Souls series wasn't very good.
It was terrible. And not because of the story. Because of the
We don't talk
character.
about that. Like those were technically written by, I believe, one of them, but like they were requesting specific things of the world, which messed up the books. Like Wizards of the Coast was like, we need to do this, and they were like, okay,
Oh yeah,
we'll
that
do
did
this.
happen. No,
Because
I mostly thought it was dumb that the one girl, whatever her name was like.
Mina.
Yeah,
Mina was awful.
She's like.
Mina was super awful.
It was. She wasn't.
And
super,
like.
She wasn't super. She was. The problem with Mina was that she never changed. Even when Tiamat was like, okay, well, everybody loves you, so I'm gonna take your body and destroy your soul, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it because I love you.
She's an awful character, and then on top of that, one of the best things about Dragonlance is how involved the gods are, and like the whole War of Souls series, there are no gods because they all got like exiled or whatever. And then, like, Tiamat is just basically there by herself. Yeah, so it was just like the whole war. It's a disaster. But if you're gonna read the Dragonlance books, you really need to start with the Dragonlance Chronicles. That's where you get. That's what you got to do. I love the Chronicles.
I did, and they were all right. They weren't bad. They were definitely better than War of Souls.
I like them better than anything in Forgotten Realms. I hate Forgotten Realms as a setting.
And it's funny too because Mina's one-dimensional character goes even further than that. After Tiamat gets killed, again, because Tiamat is a glutton for punishment for some reason in every world that she goes to. Like Mina's just like, oh, I'm so sad now. I'm going to bury her, and the god of the dead is like, hey, I'm an evil god. Do you want to hang out? And she's like, yeah, I love you now.
You idiot.
Yeah, you gotta start with the Chronicles, and then the Twin Saga is my absolute favorite because I love Raceland so much.
Love who?
Soul Forge.
Yeah, Soulforge was so good.
Oh,
I love Raceland. Raceland's like my favorite character in the entire series. Raceland is just fantastic. I mean, yes, but no. Like, okay, so yes, Raceland is a dick, but Raceland is also the one that takes care of all the weak characters in the book, if you've ever seen that. Like, he's also, like, he's very, very... a jerk that does what needs to be done to save everything.
Like, abandon his friends in a giant whirlpool?
Yeah, but then he saves them in the end.
How do you save them?
He understands that you need power to get shit done. So he got power so that he could do what needed to get done.
Yeah, but nobody liked him.
That's why I like him, because I consider him a very three-dimensional character. He's complicated. He's not the simple, oh, I'm a hero. We're gonna go fight bad guys.
No, that's his brother. He's so mean to
No,
his
that's
brother.
Sturm is the...
Why is he so mean to him?
Sturm is... So...
His brother has
You
done
learn
nothing but take care of him.
You learn a lot about that in Soulforge. So he envies his brother greatly. Like, every day that he woke up in his childhood, he was so sick that he could do absolutely nothing. And his twin brother is this super healthy, you know, can lift 1 million pounds, muscle-bound, you know, whatever. And it's like, he has to work every day just to try to get out of bed and maybe accomplish something. And his brother was just gifted everything, basically. It's like that movie where you have Arnold Schwarzenegger and then Danny DeVito, but they're twins. Yeah.
It's literally called twins.
Exact same thing. Like,
You did not sound like yourself for a second, Rin. I didn't know who you were.
What? Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Twins vessel.
I was like,
Wait.
someone else joined?
But yeah,
But you didn't know.
Raceland really resents him for that. He loves him, but he resents him and he envies him.
He treats him like shit all the time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like even as he's like taking care of him and like helping him and everything, he's like, oh, you couldn't do that faster. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a wonder anybody wants to help him.
I mean, they don't. Everybody else in the group is like, Carmine, you're an idiot.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I was just kind of letting them riff for a minute there. Because I have no stake in the game for the conversation of Dragonlance. I haven't actually read them, so it's all good. Hey, it's us. We're back. Be right back. Screen is gone, and that's when Cadence gets up. Okay.
Sorry.
It's just wanted to do the dramatic fade in.
Yeah. Also, I gotta figure out where K is going to be sitting, so I center them. There we go. There.
Well, okay, no, I'm probably gonna be
I was
here.
just gonna say, Kay, you have to now. You gotta do one of these. You know,
It's fine. I have to do it for Shay a lot too, where it's like Shay shifts around.
No,
You're
yeah,
fine.
I
Don't do that.
So-
Don't do that. You have a concussion. Please don't shake your head a lot. Okay. Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. It's time for us to get back. This would. Oh, of course. Now my phone goes off. This would normally be the time where we make Kay do the recap. That other person with an AE name do the recap, but they've been asleep in a van for apparently weeks now. So
You've been driving for weeks too.
Yeah, they apparently, and that was with your incredible drive check from last time. If you're watching this, from YouTube, none of these jokes would actually make sense unless you've been waiting for the new episode to drop. In which case we're sorry. But if you're watching them all together, hey, it's only been like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
In which case, I encourage you to continue watching whatever else is on here and sharing it with your friends. But Cadence, why don't you give us the summary of what's been going on, because this is a Lucian story arc.
Oh, you expect me to remember 2 weeks ago? I barely remember yesterday. All right, so
I had a
God,
concussion.
how did it start? How did phone call?
They taken you. They called you on your phone.
Yeah,
Antonio,
yeah.
Callista
You did get
have
taken,
bonded and
yeah.
gotten close, not bonded. Callista is just a pawn in the game of these many big fish. Antonio's making plans. Callista thinks she's making plans. And Lucien got a phone call.
Yeah. That
The end.
I mean, there's more to it.
is
I was like, wow, a phone call.
There's a lot
It
more
was
to
super
it.
exciting.
a person that's very important to him has been taken. Found out where she is, and they're going to get her back.
Yep.
There's the whole thing.
And they chopped off one of her fingers, and Callista saved it and put it on ice.
Yep.
We can just say Viper's been in hibernation.
Okay.
No, it is close to winter, but no. He takes like a few days, a few weeks, like every few months he just takes a month of just not talking to anyone and not doing anything. It's his recharge month.
Kindred do go into hibernation for a long time. It's not that weird.
I mean, he could.
It's just about
It's
making sure like nobody finds you or you have people that are watching you. But it's usually reserved for the stronger vampires. But it's fine.
I mean, I'm pretty strong.
Pretty strong.
You see these guns.
It's true. I distinctly remember Viper beating the shit out of Rat Daddy.
Viper's
so-
like, look at these guns, and then like a little boa constrictor like peeks its head.
Yeah.
He looks like super ripped, and then there's like a snake peeks its head out. Like,
Yeah.
It's just buff boa.
I don't even know what Viper's strength is. It's not his strongest.
That's
I do
like
not.
that's like the Kids on Brooms game
Oh.
where Rez was like, my character's really strong, I can do this thing, and then he goes to roll and he's like, Jesus Christ, it's my lowest stat. It's like,
Yeah, I have 2 dots in strength, but I get like because of gang roll, I get
Long as it ain't last. Long as it ain't last.
dots added when I use my powers to brawl. So that's the reason why I put it at such a low thing, because I was like, he doesn't use it unless he's using his powers. So
All right. Well, yeah, the important details largely consist of that and the awful realization that while the missing friend had been taken, Reese was able to basically get a hold of the number and was like, hey, we know where you are. And they're like, hey, thanks for letting us know. Bye.
Wait, that wasn't my choice to make that clear.
No, I distinctly remember Antonio going, and I'm going to let them know that we know.
That was a bestial success, okay?
Yeah, it was a bestial success, but it was still very much a, hey, we're coming. And they're like, cool, we won't be here. And that's how the finger got left and stuff.
They totally wussed out.
wait,
Wasn't my fault.
wait, hold up. A finger got left?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Callisto
You
holds
said
up
that
a
so
finger to
casually.
Viper.
You were like, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
in my head, I thought that we just left off at the phone call. I was like, okay, so he called and they were like, we're on the way.
Oh,
And
no.
then they were like, no. And then you were just like, and then that's how the finger was left. And I was like,
Oh,
No, they left out a good
gunmen- they
bit of
left a couple
detail.
gunmen and-
yeah, that's what I mean. But like, no one was saying anything. So I was like, okay, that's where we are. No,
Oh, they
there's a
left
finger.
Yeah, they left a couple gunmen and Antonio and
To protect the
Lucian.
finger, apparently.
Yeah, to protect the finger.
Gotta protect
Antonio
the
and
finger.
Lucian just like tortured them to death in a matter of like half a second.
Mm-hmm.
Totally
I also
obliterated
think-
them, and then extracted information from them, and then drank them. And then now we're going to their actual hideout.
But yeah, no, there's a ton more that got left out because they had ambushed two guys that were left behind, and they murdered Lucian murdered the crap out of them. And
Yeah, we were very disappointed there was only two. We got in there, we were like, oh, they'll shred everyone.
yeah.
You do what you gotta do with what you got.
With what you got. All right, I'll deal with this problem later.
So I literally put on my thing, after just a little summary, I said in all caps, this session I have nothing in character and will not take good notes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Because
Good.
Viper will not remember much, because that's how he remembers, is by taking notes. And
Mhm.
I want it to be, I want to explore him without any of his shit.
As
When he's
authentic
not
as
in control of
possible.
anything. I can hear you guys, so I'm gonna run downstairs and grab something to drink.
Mhm.
So you guys can start whenever Viper's sleeping.
Okay. So where we do pick up is you guys arriving outside of this new location. I believe what I had said, because it's been 2 weeks, was it was outside of a gated manor house. You guys had arrived at a relatively quick speed. We joked that you would get there before them, but that's just not true because they had time to leave people behind before you even started. But you arrive at this.
Truck
This-
has celerity.
Yeah. You teleported from one end of Phoenix to the other in an instant.
Fed the truck some vampire blood. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't
One of-
run on gas.
One of you was secretly a mage, and you bent reality. So we need to have that ripple backlash real
I was
quick.
gonna say, crap. Now we need to worry about what the heck is it called?
Paradox.
Paradox. There you go.
Listen, I tried to run mage at one
Oh, I
point
love
too.
Mage so much. It is a fantastic game that nobody plays.
And that was why I was so hard about getting it going, because it was like I'm trying to find examples online of people playing it too, and it's just like
I've never actually seen. So like I've run it once, and like we made it to like 3 sessions and it fell apart. And then I played in one other game, and that's the only 2 mage games that I've ever heard of.
I played Mage once upon a time, probably about 15 years ago. It was me and another friend who had gotten tired of our D&D group because they only wanted to play 3.5 and didn't want to play anything else. So we went to the geek store to find some new games, and we were like, what the hell is Mage? Let's sit down and play. And they were like, so you can't come in as wizards right away. And I was like, okay, so here's some sheets of you being mundane people.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, we lost the camera. While the
I
technicals
just
all
lost my
finished.
phone by accident.
Womp womp. So they're like, you can come in as normies who don't understand how anything is working. And it's like, okay, sure, that sounds fun, I guess. And so they were like, yeah, so you join up with the group, and like one of the guys has like a fully kitted out secret trash van that is actually like a CIA surveillance van, and he's just like, I spent all my points making this technomancer trash van, and it's just like, that sounds cool and a little extra. What can we do? Nothing. Just let us handle everything. And it's like, okay, so we're not coming back. Bye.
Yeah.
It was just one of those games where it was like, just sit down and watch us be awesome. And it's like, no.
No.
Thanks, though. So that was my only experience with Mage, was being told I can't be a mage, and then I have to watch them do stuff, and it's like...
Yeah, that's kind of silly. That I feel like that defeats the purpose, really.
Mhm. Yeah. And so that happened, and then just trying to figure out how to play it. There's just no videos on how to play it, and how to... or anyone who does play it, and... the rules are much more abstract, I've found.
They're super complicated. It does not give you much in the way of actual info on how everything works.
Yeah. But you guys are outside of this compound, and you see that it is... I know I like to emphasize that every place you guys go to has walls around it, but it really is just an architectural feature of Phoenix homes and buildings, is they like to have little walled things. Being in Phoenix is a great place to survive a zombie apocalypse because you have high solid concrete walls in a lot of the buildings.
The zombies can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a brouhaha to teach me potence, and then just Kool-Aid Man through all the walls in Arizona.
Oh no.
And by teach you potence, you mean you're gonna eat them.
Yes. Yes, that. This building, however, unlike a number of buildings that you guys have gone through, this one actually has a fair amount of security because it seems that it belongs to a fairly wealthy, well-to-do set of individuals. There is a iron gate that basically separates its own private driveway. There are light fixtures along the walls that illuminate it to keep people from shadowy skulking over top. The top of the walls themselves are capped with like an iron spiked fence, more of a decoration than a real deterrent. But if you slip or have a really bad roll, you might accidentally impale yourself and go into torpor. Not really, but it's a possibility if you hilariously fail. It does look like there are also like sensory alarms, basically like motion detector stuff and cameras. Antonio, you're an expert in all of this stuff. I don't need a roll for you to be able to just like kind of casually scope it out as you're first pulling up. So you're like, they probably have this, they probably have that. This is a wealthy family. They aren't going to leave themselves with nothing.
Cool.
Question, does Antonio have find the prey, the ritual?
I can look for them, but I don't have anything to find them specifically.
Okay.
Can I get into the security system, Ren?
Not from your car.
So I assume they're networked. So can I get under a camera and tap into the feed?
Absolutely. So give me a stealth roll first.
Before you do that, do you
All
want
right.
cover?
Before I do what?
Before you do that, do you want cover?
Remember to speak up.
I think if you do your cover, they'll know we're coming. I should be able to get up under the camera without an issue.
All right.
Cool.
From what?
Never fails.
Cover from what?
This. Oh, recover from what is Viper's first words as they finally wake up.
He
from...
says cover from what?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So this is great. So like Antonio goes to like stealth up under the camera, and Viper's like, cover from what? Antonio's like, what? Turns around, probably falls over.
Viper, give me a stealth plus dexterity roll. As you have...
Wait, aren't I in the car?
No, we have established that you have sleptwalked next to Antonio, which is
Oh,
why he
okay,
did not roll
cool.
well.
Oh, okay, fine.
I want this to be
Like,
I want this to be a
great.
critical so that even Antonio is snuck up on. Stealth plus
Nothing would help.
dexterity. Yeah, your research can't help you here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
no, that works for me. So yeah, the beast was awake even if you weren't, and nobody noticed that you had slipped out of the van the same time Antonio did, and so and then it's like sneak up to what, and then it catches Antonio off guard, who jumps.
And then I get caught off guard too, and I'm like, wait, what?
Who
Wait,
jumps
hi,
and
hi,
steps
I'm here.
and steps from under the cover of the camera's peripheral vision to accidentally be directly within it.
Viper like walks up to Antonio and it's like, Antonio says what? And then Antonio's like, what? Viper's like, what?
He's like, what?
And then the camera's like,
And then he just like looks
Yeah.
down and he's like, where?
And Callisto-
What?
So I will quickly as I can, get out from under the camera, because there's always a chance that, like, you know, maybe somebody wasn't looking at that screen specifically or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of too late for that now.
There is always a chance, yes.
But regardless, I will then tap into the network.
The network. That'll be a
Intelligence and tech, right?
yeah, I'm okay with that one. Or if you want to do dexterity for physically jacking in,
Hey, I will take that.
because it's more of a hardwire than a software thing for booting into the camera.
And then while that's going on, Viper would kind of just be like, "You didn't answer my question.
Where did you even come from?
I don't know where we are."
We are here for Lucian's friend. They have been kidnapped.
Go back to the van.
No, stay here for now.
Okay. I have nothing with me.
Why aren't you wearing pants?
I should ask you that question.
Meanwhile, Lucian's thinking, if I kill them, can I get in easier?
Alright, so I got the two.
You guys did two.
The two.
And so, with the two, you're able to hardwire into the back of this camera, and doing a quick bit of multi-keyboard hacking from underneath it, hoping nobody had noticed. You start to get into the system, and you see that it's going to take a minute for it to all process through. It's not going to be a quick sort of scenario, but everybody but Antonio who's distracted, please give me a wits awareness. all these bestials in the way. Ah.
Mhm.
And
Anybody who wants to re-roll, of course, can.
I am going to act.
Oh wait, I
I'm
gotta
like
bring
super
up.
low on willpower, which is why I'm not re-rolling. Because like,
I figured as much, and I was like, I know I should ask, but he probably
I
wants to
should.
save
Yeah.
him.
I will.
All right.
I have
I have 2 that I can reroll.
I will
No!
All right.
Do it again. There we go.
Oh, so that puts you at 4. Okay. Shay, you were saying, speak up, please.
I will have I will kind of like use my alchemy to replicate sense the unseen.
Okay. And you don't need to spend anything for those, right?
Not well. Since the unseen's a level 1 power, but in
But
order
your
to
alchemy.
yeah, the alchemy. It never said in the. It doesn't say in the book. It just says I can replicate level 1 powers with 2 dots in alchemy.
I believe you waste like the ingredients is the way it works. Like alchemy is like you make a thing, but then once that thing is used, then it's used.
Yeah, that was why I was addressing it, because it's like it's not just that you have the power. There's stuff you have to do being a thin blood.
I did just eat someone, so I probably have the blood. Let me check. I'm gonna pull that up now.
Mm-hmm.
Does it cost like a rouse check or something? I don't know how thin bloods work, to be honest with you. So
I don't know if it costs a rouse check. Oh yeah, keep going.
Sorry, I just did a really weird smile to my camera because I was looking at myself, but I also have the stream up right there, so when I glanced over, I just did that weird smile, and I was like, why? Why did I do that?
You gotta smile
No,
at
dude, I was
yourself.
just like,
All right, so
hello there.
Viper, who is now playing as the lookout, a very confused lookout for Antonio, and
Yeah.
anybody who got a 2, which is basically Lucy.
oh, I didn't
as
even have to
well.
use them.
Well, you didn't, but this
I'll
is going to
get
be
better.
helpful.
Yes.
You end up seeing. You see it first, Viper. You see that a couple lights towards the back of the house have started to flick on, in the kind of sense that somebody is aware that there are people outside of the gates doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Namely, somebody had stepped in front of one of the cameras, and then the security system had started to look funny. And so now there are people who are moving through the house to start investigating, considering the house was probably already on high alert since you all had announced that you were coming for them to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Over the security system, I'm just like, there's no one here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, shit, it's already too late at this point anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Viper would just like tap Antonio's shoulder.
So like Antonio is like, here, take a gun.
Okay.
Viper,
But there are lights over there. People are coming. I'll go back to the van, and then I'll start walking back.
Since I am tapped in though, I should be able to like kind of see into the cameras and stuff, which, you know, I will also turn off what they can see as well. So they know we're here, obviously. That's already passed, but
yeah, you want
I will-
to start working into their firewall and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, give me an intelligence technology now to start hacking the system. Now we're getting into the movie hacking where you're.
Oh, Jesus.
Would you like to re-roll?
Not really.
Not really.
I will though.
Would
You're not
Play this
there,
real
so I
fast
don't
so I
Wasn't
know
worth
how
it
you help
anyway.
them with hacking.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna go in guns blazing. I'm done with this computer bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just looking to see what that is. Like the whole thing.
Yeah, Antonio, I think that the way that one plays out is that you're starting to get through the firewall, and then you get the Jurassic Park gif of the fat guy in the glasses that pops up and goes, you didn't say the magic word, and then
these fuckers are dead.
yeah,
Oh my God.
and then you're locked out of the system.
Hey, Ren, what would you say that the person I just fed on, what was their emotion?
Fear.
Good to know. This will tell me what powers I
Alright, so I'll just motion everybody forward, basically.
Yeah. So, Lucian, what have you been doing in the back of the van this whole time?
Unseen. Activated unseen passage for sure. Debating just going for it, not carrying and not
That's
waiting
basically
for these-
Antonio waves you forward, just starts walking in. That's basically what Antonio's doing. There's not really much else we can do at this point. I didn't
Shooter.
invest
I didn't mean to do
like
that.
super heavy because I thought we had a hacker, and then we didn't have a hacker. So
Yeah, you were supposed to have a hacker that would make this easy.
also going
That's
from
what I
the
meant to
place
do.
with like the last thing we did straight to here screwed me on willpower. So
Yeah.
well, look
That's
at
not
it.
helping
Look at
either.
it. Look at it this way. I could kill you all this week, and then we could
That's
figure
true.
out what to do with vampire going forward. All right. So
Shape change then.
I'm gonna make a roll here to see how many Dragonfire rounds they have.
Oh God.
sounds fun to me. Let's go. I'm
Listen,
done.
listen.
Wow.
Art hit us with Dragonfire rounds on our first ship raid, but
Yeah, but they were actual people who fought vampires.
Oh, by the way, I pull out my damn rifle. I handed Viper my freaking handgun. I pull out my rifle and my shotgun. I also have my sword out.
He's got the rifle in one hand, the shotgun in the other, the sword in his mouth. He's ready to go.
Viper would say, I have never used a gun before.
Give him the sword.
Perfect time to learn.
Mm.
Pull
Can
the
I just use
lever.
my
Let
hand?
Viper keep distance, honestly.
I just shoot the gun right now. No,
Oh
I'm
no.
joking.
So, I'm going to.
Show them all who's boss.
I can't
just
find
shoot the gun.
resonances.
The resonances were in a weird spot.
Oh wait.
Hang on. Let me
Here.
see if I can work on it.
Wait a minute.
Rin, I can actually look it up while you're going through stuff. If you want.
Okay.
way-
Lucian, in all seriousness, you did say you were going forward, and Antonio had
Yeah.
given the signal to do so.
Yeah.
Yep. I got my dagger. I got my whip. I'm good. I'm happy.
Alright.
I'm gonna kill them all.
If they are moving though, I do believe I have enough for haze. So I will do that. I do take out the vapor cigarette, and I'll take a drag, and then I will activate haze at the very least. I need to give another rouse check. Does anybody else want cover?
Lucian is already gone. Antonio and
Yeah, I
Viper.
gotta do a rounds check for that too.
I will take cover. Yes.
A bit hungrier.
Yeah, I'd be
You're a bit
sneaky.
hungrier, but you do it.
So the normally I imagine like the haze as she's exhaling just like unnaturally expands across like the yard as they're moving.
All right. So, Lucian, you have a lead on them since you weren't staying in it, and Callista needed to get all this set up. You're
So,
able to.
Rin, I have it in front of me. So is it Disgracious? Oh no, wait. So caloric, melancholic, phlegmatic,
What page are
or
we looking at?
sanguine?
Yeah, I'm
230.
230.
So caloric is the angry one. That's +1 damage. Melancholic is like in mourning. You add 1 die to remorse tests.
They're afraid.
Seduction attempts.
I see it.
Phlegmatic then?
Probably like
Damn, Viper.
I know. I was gonna type to say what I was gonna do so I didn't interrupt, but he just starts sneaking whenever he sees he like hides whenever he saw the lights. That's it.
There's no real afraid that
Or
I
once he
can
gets
tell.
back to the van.
Because there's only 4 residences from what I can tell.
Yeah.
The phlegmatic, melancholy, caloric, or sanguine. And, like, fear doesn't really fit in.
For humors.
fear might be sanguine, just as a
Yes,
passion
emotion.
kind of thing.
High
It's an
emotion,
emotional.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, found it.
Horny, happy, addicted, active, flighty, enthusiastic is under sanguine because they do have emotions and conditions.
Yeah. So sanguine, which means I currently have access to presence, not all specs. So can't use all specs.
Yeah. On 226, it does list emotion types, but the emotions they list are angry, sad, calm, and happy.
Right, I didn't see anything for
Yeah,
fearful.
There's nothing really
So.
fearful, but I think the flighty kind of is that fight or flight fear is the way I'll
Makes
interpret
sense.
it.
Yeah, they I know there is one just because in Art's very short thin blood game that we did, my person killed someone on like the first night because he was like, ha ha ha, fuck this guy. And fear was one, and I did get something, but I don't remember what it was.
So in that case, basically all Callista's doing, she just rips off some of the fibers from the corpse in the car, and as she's following him, takes a drag from the vapor cigarette and just exhales, and just spins some of her alchemy to encompass the yard.
Does it say how far out it goes?
It doesn't. That was more for a flavor thing, because I can cover
Okay.
up to 5 people.
Sure. So it puts out this mist directly out in front of you. Again, Lucian, you've gone ahead of them. There is an iron gate that is very much locked, but there is also the scalable wall that you can get over. The mist has started to seep in through the iron gate itself, but you still have to get over to get inside the perimeter. And that
How
goes for
close?
everyone else too.
How close is the van to the wall?
Antonio, how far away did you park?
I probably rolled right up on it, anywhere outside of the cameras. So if I could get like right up on the building, I would. As long as there's no cameras that would have seen me to do it. So I don't know how that would be set up.
Very unlikely.
Okay. Then no, I would not have parked right next to the thing. I was trying to keep us away from the cameras initially until
Yeah, which is
gets
why I
up.
wanted to have a general idea of how far back. Yeah, you can't park right on the building because this is a rich building. They have cameras on exterior and interior sort of deal. Which is why you were spotted so easily with that one. So you're probably a building or two down, which
Okay.
have to rewind Shay's own putting the mist into the thing because you're not there yet. So what is the plan? Are you just rushing headlong towards it and then scaling the wall? Are you going to
Yeah.
break down the gate?
Yeah, I'll just go over the wall.
All right, and you have passed without a trace on
So
Unseen
knowing
passage.
unseen passage. That's the one.
Yeah.
I always get the two backwards.
Yeah.
Kay, let me get hers done first because
You're
she's
good.
been trying to get through it.
yeah, you figured. I was just like, wait, if we're backtracking, I did have something I wanted to change, knowing that information.
Yes, we can adjust that afterwards.
Cool.
So
Sounds good.
scaling the wall then.
Yep.
All right. So then, what I need from you
I'm gonna
is
die.
listen. Your touchstone is in danger.
Yes.
Losing the touchstone is worse than death, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me get an either a strength or a dexterity plus athletics, whichever is better for you.
How about dexterity? 'Cause
Oh wow! Would you like to re-roll?
Yeah, I think so.
We just get there and find Lucian staked on the pikes.
So I do the WP reroll or the willpower?
So it would be a
WP.
willpower reroll, yes, and you would reroll all 3 because you don't have a hunger dice right now because you ate somebody.
Because you hate
last game.
somebody. Yeah, like just don't fail and have another one, because that would be when you risk the getting impaled. Okay, good. All right, good. Because I saw that and I was like, oh no, I made the joke about getting impaled, but she rolled a 1. that would have been some
Yeah,
aggravated damage
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be aggravated.
Now give me I can never keep track of where Unseen Passage is or what it does. Past that trace, Unseen Passage, whatever the thing is that I said.
Unseen. Yep.
That's the one where you're invisible, right? As long as you don't touch anything or make contact.
Yeah, unless Lucian
no
interacts
loud
with something,
sounds.
they're invisible.
Yep.
I'm going to say that this doesn't count as interacting with it, so you're fine. I think interacting is like...
It's more like opening a door.
Yep,
or like,
manipulating an object, which climbing over it, I don't count.
Yeah.
So I know there would be storytellers that would be dicks about that and being like, well, technically you touched it, and it's like, no, I'm not for that. If you had to open a door or the gate itself, that would be one thing. But this, so you're up and over, and you end up hitting the ground as the others are moving to catch up. What you end up seeing on this side is a very well maintained garden, and gardens in like the Southwest are very light on bushes and flowers that require a lot of water. So there are like these heavy dense shrubs and like a tree or two, but then there's like a lot of rocky landscaping of various decorative rocks and maybe some artisanal cacti that are arranged in certain ways where if you had kept that one in failures, you probably would have fallen into a cactus bramble just for keeping the hilarity of this situation going. But you hear the sounds of people moving closer from the other end of the compound. It's very clear that after trying to hack in, they know where you guys are. And I guess I should re-clarify. Viper and Antonio are at the wall because you guys were hacking, so I don't have to rewind you guys all that way back. But Callista and Lucian, for that matter, had to move up from where they were.
So, just so you know, I was going to jump on top of the wall and then help up Viper and Callista.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna turn Snaky Snake and try and go up the bars.
Didn't you already do a transformation roll? Or did you
So
just
I
link
had
it?
done a shape change, and then so I had linked shape change, and then I was like, oh wait, I wanted to do Pharaoh weapon so that I could still hold the gun. But now that I know there's a wall, I would do shape change
Okay.
and give the gun back.
Viper is like all kinds of making a comedy of errors with Antonio, because like Antonio's gonna jump up in the wall, like reach down for Viper, and it's just gonna be a snake there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we're
then there's
just gonna go up the
there's
wall.
just a snake holding a gun.
I'm like, wait a second.
A snake slithering up. No, he would have left the gun. He
No,
wouldn't hold it.
Okay.
Slithering up the wall.
All right, so I assume Dex Athletics, Rin.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Or
let's not
strength,
stay
whichever
first.
is better.
Shit,
Dex
find
for-
stats.
Hey, there you
Nice.
go. That's where all those tens were. Do I just like
That is
jump
pretty
over the wall and on top of the building?
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Well,
I
my
wouldn't-
dice were
I
apparently-
wouldn't go that far, but what I am gonna say is the others don't need to make their rolls.
Okay.
You're military trained. You know how to do the like cool scaling and then helping the others scale the wall up and over quickly.
Yep.
So you're lifting them up, and like if this were the barbed wire, you'd be the guy who's like stepping down on the barbed wire and then lifting your comrades up over it so they don't make contact. So you have this great Spec Ops infiltration moment where you get this snake up and over, and then you get Callista
Hold the
up and
snake.
over.
Technically 2 snakes.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yes.
My other snake's with me.
Rolling deep.
Yep. You got 2
Big
snakes.
squad.
You see a guy coming and you throw the snake at them.
Yeah. I would be okay with that.
But yeah, so you guys get up and over. Callista hits the ground, rolls out her mist, and burp.
Purpose snake?
Nope, no burp. Okay, I felt it coming up my throat, and then it didn't want to. As you guys hit the rocky gravel, it's surprisingly quiet for not letting it crunch underneath your feet as you guys get over. And what you end up seeing are 5 heavily armed with like what should be considered concealed private security submachine guns. They got the little silencers on them, but they're dressed in like black suits and not sunglasses because it's the middle of the night. But they got the little earpieces, and they're moving around menacingly in a way that they're trying to figure out who might be going through. And you see
So this might be too old for y'all because you're little babbies. But like I look at their like mini submachine guns
Cadence's
and
face.
like my rifle machine gun, and I'm like, that's not a machine gun.
Yeah.
This is a machine gun.
But
Go all Crocodile Dundee on them.
Yep, and there's the like occasional little flicker of a green laser sight as they're trying to get a bead on who has gotten through. And sure enough, in the middle of Arizona fall, fog is not a normal thing to see. So they're doing the thing where they know something's there, but they don't know what might be there. So they're very cautiously stepping forward, and they
Rin, you know what I'm gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm.
As they're very cautiously stepping forward, I pull the pin and throw it at them and say, "Here, hold this."
I was gonna have them flashbang into the smoke, so I'm glad that you did something first. Because these guys are not stupid.
Yeah, no,
It's like-
I'm not gonna stand there and just like, you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So you,
I never know when I have to be polite and let people talk, like let things narrate, or if I should act.
no, it's fine. It's a kind of a give and take with World of Darkness because there isn't a whole lot of things in the way of initiative or whatnot. So it's like I'm trying to get the information out, but anytime people want to intercede, it's fine too, as long as we're
I
not
just figured
interrupting
like
each other.
it's like the perfect opportunity because this wall of fog rolls up and then something flies out of it. Your immediate reaction is just gonna be to catch it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you declare, here, hold this, and please give me a roll for yeeting this grenade. And what kind of grenade are you throwing?
Just like a normal fragmentation grenade.
Okay. Yeah. What do you feel that would be an appropriate roll for? Probably athletics
I feel
for
like
throwing.
athletics decks, yeah.
I'm good with that.
I would have slithered forward trying to go near
2.
them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I wanted to stay true because I was going to say that beforehand.
But you didn't.
But, okay, I wouldn't.
This is the DM "Are you sure?" question.
No,
Because he just said he
I'm
threw an
not
explosive.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, well, could I have slithered towards Lucian?
Do you know
Yeah.
where I am?
Wherever you were gonna go?
Give me a
Where I
wits,
think-
give me a wits awareness now that this fog is obscuring.
Just so you're aware too, Rin, as soon as I throw the grenade, I'm gonna cover Callista.
Okay.
Well, technically, I did go down before Callista.
That's true.
I
would've
also
slithered
I also
immediately.
cover the snake.
You all. Well, the snake is moving forward, which is why
Okay,
we're
well,
trying
I mean,
to.
there's not much I can do about that.
Yeah.
Which is why we're trying to figure out how dead they might be. So
I was to try and see where Lucian went.
we established last time that you guys can't see through the smoke just as much as they can't see into it. You have a general idea, which is the way I'm playing this. You have a general idea of which direction is forward and things because you haven't moved yet. So I'm going to say that 2 is fine. And now comes the important question of how much potential damage does a grenade do?
See, here's the thing. Close counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. So I feel
No,
like
you're absolutely correct, which is why I said 2 is fine. Because you got in that general vicinity, and a fragmentation grenade has a pretty wide radius of get fucked. So, oh god, how much damage does a grenade do in World of Darkness?
Grenade! Sorry.
It's okay.
At least I'm safe because I was sneaking
I'm
up
looking now
behind
too.
one of them.
See if I can find anything for you. Explosive stats. That sounds good.
And hey,
Fragmentation grenade. Blast
snake-
radius 3. 12 lethal is what it says. I suppose it's because it's fragmentational. It's not fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 lethal is what it says.
Lethal.
Don't know what that means.
Well,
This is from Mage 20th, by the way. This obviously isn't 5th. But
So, classic World of Darkness Vampire says 12 dice of damage at the center, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no.
yeah, that's what I mean. So, like...
All right, so 5th edition, V5 grenades and rockets. How much damage would you say a grenade and why do you have rockets in?
I mean,
if you're
that's
at
on my
the
list.
point where you're taking rockets to the Sabbat, you.
I mean, Jeffrey
Oh,
Bezos could be a vampire.
that's true.
So,
Something like 14 plus superficial at the damage, -1 per meter after 2 to 4 meters. Oh god.
why are you saying, oh god, for me?
I'm saying, oh god, for just trying
in
to
that radius, really.
figure out this damage because these are high numbers. Because like, yes, it's an explosive, so it's going to kill
It'd be Tomb of
and/or
Annihilation again.
it's going to kill and/or maim anything that's within its vicinity. But when I'm looking at how much y'all have as well, it's like, oh god, even if it's superficial, once you dip into the negatives of your superficial, it becomes aggravated.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like 14 will take out most of you.
I mean, I will I will point out that if he's a soldier and knows how far he needs to throw
Yeah,
it,
I wouldn't throw it like directly in front of us.
Well, here's the thing: he only rolled a 2. It's not at your feet, it's at the general area you know where these bad guys are. The problem is you're throwing it while Viper, not knowing that you're throwing it, has moved forward, and you're in the mist where you don't know that Viper has moved forward. So we have to take all of the factors into consideration.
I mean, that's for sure, but I definitely, like...
well,
I know it's a
Microsoft
grenade, so, like, I'm covering Callista and, like, moving back, but, like...
No, I'm not worried about you and Callista. I'm worried about the snake
just-
that had rolled forward.
I
I didn't know about the snake, so...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm in agreement. You don't know that.
Could have not said it.
On
You
that
just go
note,
back.
On that note, then, I would say that may not have been enough time for them to get terribly close, even if they are in the radius. And they're a snake; they're on the
I
ground.
mean,
so
hey,
they have
to be
hit
fair,
the
if the
ground.
snake goes into torpor, I'll
The
just put the snake in my pocket. It's
the
fine.
snake being on the ground where the grenade lands is probably much worse.
Well, actually, his own health.
What? Oh, that's true. All right. So I really don't have a
Roll 12d10.
roll 12d10. I mean,
And I think we agreed that I was just going to use the wolf stats for a snake. 'cause-
How
Yeah.
many hit points does a gun guy have?
well, it's not going to be 12d10. Like damage in this game is just a flat number, so it wouldn't because that's old Vampire the Masquerade where y'all had like legitimate hit points and stuff.
Yeah, that's why, like, what I saw
Oh, I meant
online
the
was 12
successes.
lethal. That's what it shows.
Yeah,
Because
you have
typically it's
12.
piercing.
You have 12 lethal. I have 14 superficial.
I mean,
And then
regardless,
minus
both
the
of those-
meters.
So are these guys vampires? Is what I will ask. Because
Oh no, they're dead. No, these are normal guys. They're fucked.
Yeah, they're
I'm trying to determine the
Oh, this is
collateral.
for the-
All right.
Yes,
hang on,
this is
hang
for
on,
collateral.
I thought you were
hang on,
talking about the
hang on.
guys, and I was like, it should be superficial for them.
So, what is the damage supposed to be? You're rolling 12.
Damage is not rolled in this game.
Is the damage based on it? Like, is it a number of successes? Is what I'm asking, or is it just a flat?
No,
12
this is
damage?
Just flat damage.
It's flat damage. This is an
minus 1 per meter.
for distance away from it. Yes.
Okay.
So
I would make my thought would be then have Viper make a like some kind of athletics check to see like how quickly they started to close the distance.
problem with that is you have your mist out. Viper doesn't know that there's an explosive landing near them.
The mist doesn't have to matter.
Just see how
this.
far I had
To
gotten.
see how far they have gotten.
Yes. How about we let Viper have an awareness roll to see if Viper would understand the sound of the grenade, and because it's kind of a logical thing that if you hear Antonio say, "Here, hold it," like that's out of a movie. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, you'll
Which
hear
Viper
the.
would know because he is.
So
And
I
you'll hear the-
like Shay's suggestion to see how far up you had gotten, to determine what this damage will be.
Yeah.
I don't think
I can do
anything.
that.
I don't think anything else is going to play into it because it is still the fact that even if said snake becomes aware of it, I've never seen a snake reflexively leap out of the way of anything because it doesn't
Yeah.
have legs. So even if they're aware of it, they're still fucked because where are they going to go to avoid this? But
also,
determining
I
how
am a snake.
yeah, and you are a
So-
snake. And to determine how close you are seems the most fair thing we can do to try and do this. Because I'm going to go off of this 14 minus the distance. So why don't you roll me using the snaky stats, because there's no snaky stats. We agreed on wolf. Give me just a dexterity. Just roll dexterity.
Okay. Well, I get confused by the stats because I have a exceptional dice pool in stealth. So the dice pool for stealth is 5.
Hmm.
So what does that mean?
What
Just
page are you
yourself.
on for the wolf? Oh wait, hold on. I found it. Antagonist.
373, yeah.
Okay, wolf. So their standard dice pool are 6 dice get distributed into physical, 1 into a social, 1 into a mental. They would have 6.
Oh wait, that's yeah, and then yeah. Sorry, I was
And
confused.
so the exceptional dice would be that they have 5 dice in stealth.
Okay.
But your your dice pool to work with. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, I guess I would have had to go through and.
Yeah, you would have to just determine where those are.
You would
Okay, I'll
have-
do that real quick.
Yeah, you would
I know
have-
dexterity would be the highest, but
You would probably have 2 or
Just,
3 in dex then.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd probably have 3, 2, 2. So 2 in strength, 2 in stamina, 3 in dex.
Okay, so just
You
just
have a
roll me
pool of
the dex
6,
then.
That's 7.
What?
You could have
Oh,
2, 2, 2.
yeah.
Yeah, you could have 2, 2, 2 or
Sorry,
3,
I can't
2,
do
1.
that. I'll do
Are you a constrictor?
3 for dex, 2 for strength, and 1 for stamina.
All right, roll me the 3 dexterity then.
That's the same as mine, but it's cool.
We lost somebody's camera again too. Oh, nope, they're coming back. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Well, you don't get that close.
No!
You don't want to re-roll in this. You don't want to see how close you get.
I'm using it to determine. I'm subtracting.
benefits me,
I'm
yeah.
subtracting their successes from the range. So what this will mean is...
I die!
What this means is there's a -1 to the 14 superficial, so you take 13 superficial. So starting with the wolf's health, because it's a totally separate pool, right? It does say that.
Yeah, so basically whenever you come back to it,
Mm-hmm.
you're still at your full health. It's not like your health is, it's like a separate
It's literally the
body almost.
druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, yeah.
All right, and so
From what I understand.
health in this game, the total health, or does it specifically? Oh no,
So,
it says your health is just 6. So we subtract the 13, or from the 13, which means there's 7 remaining for yourself. Where does that leave for
I
poor
have
Viper?
max health of 6.
Max health is 6. All right, so you go ahead and mark all of that as superficial, and then 1 into aggravated. Which is still not good.
And I'm also now myself. I'm not a snake anymore.
Yep.
I would also like to remind people that vampires can willfully regenerate their superficial damage with rouse checks.
Yes.
Yeah, superficial damage heals real easy. That aggravate is going to take a while, though.
How long does that take? Because I mean, I would start doing it immediately.
You're not going to get that back tonight. You probably won't have it back for the
Well, I
next
was saying
session or two.
if I willfully did the superficial.
You can regenerate. I think it's I don't remember exactly how it works, but I believe it's you make a rouse check and you heal, but you have that risk of getting hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
But there's people here, so you can eat them.
Yeah, that's what I'll just
the problem is when you have too much hunger and that you start blood frenzying.
Yeah.
So healing superficial damage at the beginning of a session, mortals can remove vampires can remove a number of superficial damage levels from their health tracker by rousing the blood each turn.
Right.
See mending damage on 218. So let's go to 218. I love when books do that.
It's on your mend amount, and so I think that's
So mending superficial health damage, depending on their blood potency, a vampire can mend 1 or more points of superficial damage with a single rouse check. Vampires can make 1 rouse check per turn to mend superficial health damage.
Yeah. So you
so we just need to figure out where we land here.
So 1 rouse check per health for us.
Yeah, per point.
Because we are little vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
I would, if the moment I get hit, I would start running away.
Well, here's the thing. Let's conclude what happens here, because Antonio has yeeted this grenade. So what ends up happening, he goes, "Here, hold this." The grenade does the thing where it flies in their vicinity, it bounces, and it's not enough for him to perfectly softball it into someone's hands, but it does land at the feet, at the front of this group of like 5 or 6 guys armed with submachine guns, and they all have that moment to look down at it as a snake pokes its head out of the mist and also sees the grenade, and then there's just the poof, and the rock and dirt and just general concussive force of this explosion rattles the area with a loud crashing sound, and there's a small crater where these men used to be. There are screams of agony, there's the splatter of blood and dismemberment, and the mist, of course, is washed away by the blast of the force, revealing that you guys see a small crater, a bleeding viper, several men who are either dead or dying from severe blood loss due to lack of limbs, and now all of the lights flick on. Just kind of like floodlights fill the area as your presence is further alerted to through the explosion.
So I look at Viper all bloody, and I'm like, I thought I gave you a gun and said stay back.
So, since there's somebody, since there's at least some person screaming, that means Viper can eat them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, well, if someone is dying, I would try and go over as fast as possible.
And since there are
Excuse me,
floodlights,
kind sir, I need this, thank you.
and since there are floodlights on coming around now, does my mist come back, or do I have to reactivate it?
You're going to need to reactivate it because, one, the explosion blew it away, and two, there are floodlights that do things like get rid of mist.
So, just to let you know what my thought process is, Bryn, I know how Lucian likes to work, so my plan is to draw as much attention as humanly possible and let Lucian go find his boo or person or I don't know what to
They're
describe.
person of interest. They're POI. Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was about to do it again, but then your guys' bless you stopped.
Bless you.
I look really weird in the makeup, by the way.
Oh yeah, with the makeup? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's weird with this makeup right now. Oh, but yeah, I would try and go over to this dude and just, if he is alive, just drink him dry until he dies completely.
Well, important question.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them are screaming in agony? One or more?
One.
Okay.
There's one alive, and he's probably missing like his left hand and his right leg from the knee up, or knee down.
The knee up.
The knee up.
Just a scream.
Yeah.
Look, listen. He's just a screaming leg. He has no mouth, and he must
He's
scream.
upside down, so
Yeah.
it's the knee up.
I'm kind of
Yeah, he's
a
upside
glass
down.
knee up kind of guy.
It's all relative.
But if that's allowed, I would kill this dude.
I'd recommend regenerating first.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the way you should do it is each round you would roll to rouse the blood. You would get one superficial damage, like one tick off, and then you would
Well, yeah,
eat,
so
you would
basically-
feed if you need to.
Well, so I'm at 2 right now. So I was gonna just feed so that I can just get that down to none real fast, so I can.
Oh, so you have 2 hunger now.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
because I had 1 to start, and then I did the rouse check to do the shape
So
change.
you're gonna want to feed once then. Don't take more than 1 blood because if you like the last tick, you would have to kill him completely to get
That's
the
what I
last
was
tick.
gonna do.
Drink him like a
So
Capri
he's-
Sun.
But he's gonna have more blood than that. Is
Well-
what I'm saying.
What we're
So
saying
we-
is rouse first, then drink.
Right. Right.
Yeah, use him as a blood bag while he's alive.
But
Use
how
your
long is
health
he gonna
potion.
be alive for?
I don't know.
That's
But you
my
can get a lot
thing.
more points off of him.
Yeah.
That's
by
the,
doing
that's
it
the
that
thing
way.
we have to keep in mind is that you don't have time to do all of this at once. You got to do these things in segments.
Yes,
So
but
So yeah, that
He
would
may-
be.
tell me
Viper's
what your
thought
first
process.
action is, and then we'll get to the next thing
Yeah.
after.
So like, yes, logically that would make more sense. But Viper's first thought is drink this guy so you can get stuff and then do it. So,
So I'm gonna jump in front of Viper while Viper is feeding and everything. By the way, because I'm sure there's more people headed our way.
I've already made my rouse checks to cover the area again.
Okay,
I'm
so
bringing
you
this
don't
back.
get hungry for yours, and then you get hungrier making it pop out.
Hey, Red,
Yeah.
is there a door near here?
Well, considering you start looking as the mist envelops you, would you like to make a wits awareness for me?
Why not? I suck at it, but why not? 1.
You only see the mist, sir. You find yourself on a wagon, and a man next to you goes, "So,
Shut up."
you finally roused."
Do I get pulled out by a tentacle?
No.
No.
No, but the mist coming around you does make it too hard to see. You know what direction is forward into the building, but you can't see past it.
I turn around and say, like, Callista, could you turn the mist off for me?
I retract it, but I am not turning it off.
No, I mean that's what I mean for me. If she has to deactivate
She would have to deactivate it for everyone but herself. Yes.
All right, so never mind then.
I do not want to get shot.
Yeah. No. What are you doing, Shay? Are you just drawing it back to yourself?
Does he actually say that?
Yeah, I mean, if you can just draw it back to yourself, then yes.
Then,
If you have to turn it off completely, then no.
then yes, this man can do no wrong, and he's absolutely right. I'll do whatever he says.
Sounds like a plan. Because I'm not going to make her put herself more in danger, but I can take hits, so I'm not that super worried about it. I would rather be able to see. So.
Right. So the mist will start to recede then.
Okay.
I get up and go to the mist.
Yeah. Lucian, what have you been doing this whole time?
Heading up toward a door or window or something so I can get inside.
All right, give me a wits awareness as well.
Oh God, no wits. Awareness. Start with that. Aware.
I was trying to look for a spot for you, but we didn't get there yet.
Wits.
Nah, everybody's doing all this stuff at once. It makes it hard for y'all to cohesively work together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
It's already
All right.
it was
Basically,
chaotic
we
to begin
split the
with.
party.
Yep.
Hey,
All right. Lucian rushes forward. They rush forward out of the mist as it starts to retract, which gives them the opportunity to see that there are. This is a manor house, so while it's in a wealthy neighborhood surrounded by other homes and buildings, it has the front of a place where normal people would live. So there are windows and there is a door. So you have your options of trying to smash through one of the windows, given that all pretenses of stealth are gone, or trying the door.
all pretenses of stealth is gone. For the
You
street
threw a
level.
hand grenade. All pretenses of stealth are gone.
Oh, you want to one up the hand grenade? Because here's what I'm gonna do.
Pulls out the
I am
rifle.
gonna open the door. I'm gonna look for everybody. Like I'm gonna hold the door open and like knock on the door once or twice. Just to like give an indication, like, hey, doors. Like, I'll say like, hey, doors open. Just in case Lucian is around, and give it like 30 seconds or so. And then close the door, and then I'm gonna put a claymore on the door.
Oh,
Here.
okay. Lucian, are you going to wait for all of that, or...
Lucian's already in the house. Everybody's dead there.
That's why I'm asking, because Lucian
Yeah.
Lucian
doesn't
keeps
know.
trying to go ahead.
Antonio
Yeah.
doesn't know if Lucian's in the house or not,
But
so
that's
I'm
what
giving Lucian the chance to get in and still be in stealth if Lucian is still outside.
Okay, so my
Not
question...
knowing yes or no, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
trying to,
So my question to Lucian then, because yes, it's great that you're offering them an alternative, but Lucian, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm going in.
Okay, where are we going in? Are you waiting? Are you going to wait for the door?
just
Are you
gonna-
going to take a window? What are we doing?
Does the door have like those glass panes on the side so you can sort of see in?
Not well.
Because I was thinking, if they
I
did,
feel-
then
I
you'd
feel
look in
like-
to see if anybody's coming to run out again.
I feel like I wasn't wealthy enough to know how like the fancier houses looked, but
So usually, I know something that fancy houses like to do, and I know this from The Sims, is they have a shit ton of windows because they want to show off the inside of their house.
well, counterpoint to that,
Yeah.
Arizona does not like to have a lot of windows
Yeah,
because
true.
the amount of
So
sun.
that's why I'm like,
But there's a weird thing about Arizona houses as well, where you are required to have on the second floor, like usually where the foyer or the living room is, there's like a big fucking sun window for letting natural light in that you're required to have. And basically, its only purpose is to let in the sunlight where it hits the wall opposite of it so that it doesn't really put in any extra heat, but it lets in that light. But it's not really common for having, like, unnecessary amount of windows, like things like the windows on the sides of the doors, which I have seen in other places, like Californian houses and stuff will have those.
Is it more modern?
Yeah, it's just really uncommon, and I'm not sure that they would have those there, but I also wouldn't put it past arrogant rich people to have it.
That's one in
They can
Arizona.
afford the air conditioning.
So it seems like so from what I'm looking at with the mansions in Arizona, is they tend to have those, but they have an archway. Like they have like basically, it's like two entrances. There's kind of like an archway, and then there's like the porch, and then there's the door with the windows.
Okay.
If you see, I just posted it in
yeah, let me take a look, because I'm trying to get a visual of
yeah.
You could.
Huh.
And like same with this one. This one is in Scottsdale. This is a more modern one. So it seems like, oh, what? That's too powerful. Never mind. My files were too powerful. But basically, it's another thing where it's like a really modern mansion. They have a bunch of windows like along the walls, but there is something that goes out and covers it, almost like a little roof thing, just with columns to hold it up. It's very weird. I don't know why windows are a huge thing with rich people, but they are.
So for the sake of this, then, I'm going to say that they're probably arrogant enough to have it. Also, I really love that archway.
Same.
These people are slavers. Stop admiring them.
I mean, these people who own this house may not be slavers, but I get what you're going for.
Yeah.
Oh, that courtyard looks so nice. Ugh.
I know.
Okay. No, stop it. You don't want to go back
Money's
to Arizona.
wasted on the rich.
Yeah.
Lucian has a window.
Lucian has a window.
Yay.
Yeah.
I will look in said window, see if anybody's coming toward the door.
Are you doing it stealthily or just gonna press your face
Yeah,
up?
Invisible.
Yeah, I still have my whatever it was.
You still have your
Unseen
whatever
passage on.
it was. Okay.
Until I open the door.
Pressing your face against the glass counts as No, I'm kidding. Give me another wit's awareness to look inside.
Man.
I know. Eyes, what are they good for?
He takes too long.
Why do I have
Lucian
to-
takes too long, like looking, and who do you call it? Antonio doesn't know that Lucian's there, so he's just like, guess he's not here, and then closes the door.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna blow the door with C4. Is my understanding.
So no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a claymore across the door, so as soon as some schmuck opens the door, because we created a whole bunch of noise over this side, it's going to blow up with a whole bunch of BB.
So Lucian, you look through the window and
then we're going to leave, because I'm not staying here with a claymore on the door, because that's dumb.
yeah,
You
no.
know, like Viper.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to be in the proximity of an explosive?
That seems real silly.
Lucian, what you end up seeing is the inside of this house is on full alert. The security staff that had been sent to investigate were promptly exploded by unseen assailants. And so you see that there are probably another 4 that have gathered down this hallway, peeked around corners or in more defensive positions, stationed around the door, waiting for the inevitable entry. They're not anywhere near the windows because that would be stupid to put their backs to the windows or be standing at the windows while they know that they're being attacked. So they're more covering choke points in hallways and things like that. But they're starting to realize that whoever is attacking them are not just common thugs. And the fact that Antonio had alerted them on multiple occasions to their presence, that you all must be very cocky and or confident. So you see, you end up seeing one individual is now passing out larger weapons. And I say larger weapons because Lucian himself probably doesn't know the difference between a submachine gun to a bazooka. So they have changed out the small guns that they had in the courtyard to larger, stockier looking weapons. But they are waiting. They're not moving towards the door at all.
Lucian's gonna grab some of those little rock that you said were in the garden and just start flinging them at the windows.
You're just gonna start pelting the windows?
Yeah, just trying to break windows, just
Okay.
get them distracted.
Okay. Give me a dexterity athletics to start pelting. It doesn't need to be more than a success to start throwing rocks at this, because it's like broadside of a barn door, type deal.
Two.
All right. So your intent was to smash the window, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And so
Whatever windows I see, or they're getting broke.
Okay. How far away from the window were you?
5 feet. I don't know.
Okay. So, before I get back to the others, Lucian, you throw this rock. There's the sound of glass shattering, and a voice yells, "Breach!" And then 2 flashlights come around the corner, and you are no longer hidden because manipulating an object is throwing a rock. And so the camera sees 2 of these individuals level shotguns at Lucian, who's standing 5 feet from the window, and they are going to fire. So let me get the mooks. Faith Hunter. No, I don't think it's that. Man, giving ghouls 6 in occult? Even I don't have a 6 in occult. That's bullshit. Alright, so 5 for
6 in occult.
firearms. Yeah, it's like, ugh. I remember when I put that much in occult and it never came up, and I was just like, grumble. Alright, so we got 2 sets of roll. Just compare. I think it's just a flat number. Okay. 6d10. That's the first shot. And you do get to roll the defense against these. Oh, look at those ones. Oh no.
Oh no, that is a critical fail.
He's gonna willpower his failures. Do they have willpower? Fuck. Hold on.
He shoots the guy in the back.
Listen. Shooting somebody in the foot in a panic. Vampire 5th edition. 2 NPCs have willpower. Because I know
humans have willpower.
Yeah, that. I mean,
Yeah.
do humans?
Humans do have willpower, at least they did in the other editions.
Yeah,
They're just generally weaker.
Average humans generally have a rating between 3 to 5. Only a few willpower ratings. Help, I don't understand health and willpower. I don't understand. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Do human NPCs have willpower? Social combat. Too much willpower damage? Oh well. Average humans generally have rating between 3 to 5. Okay, so that's the second place I've seen that show up. So I'm going to say they have between 3 to 5. which kind of correlates with their mental getting a 3. Oh, here it is. Yes, they do. Health is a 6 and willpower is 4. So, yeah,
They have so much.
because they're still people. We have willpower. You have willpower right now.
I think people might have more willpower, honestly. That's
Yeah.
like not with the. Obviously, that's not with the mechanics. But I was like,
They don't have these telling them what to do.
Okay, so
True.
no, he's not gonna shoot himself in the foot. The way that works, Lucian, is you have to make an opposed roll, which is I wish that this was all in a more concise place to find it.
Dexterity athletics.
Dexterity athletics. Give me 2 dexterity athletic rolls to try and dodge the shotgun blast.
Do they also have cover from being?
No, they're standing in the open. They're not near you. You withdrew your thing. Would you like to willpower?
I'm gonna willpower that.
All right.
Oh,
So,
1.
1. Okay. And so,
I gotta get something in athletics.
yeah, you got one more roll to make for me.
Yep. 2 successes.
2 successes. And so I subtract the successes or your successes from their successes to determine damage, correct?
Hang on, I'm doing the math.
Well, no, I just need to know if it's right or not.
Yes, you
Oh,
subtract their
sorry.
successes, her successes from their successes.
Okay. So the first one is not a critical. Sad. What is that? It's 6 or better, right?
3 superficial in the first,
Well,
and 2 superficial in the second.
well, here's the thing. No, they don't have fire rounds. These are shotguns. Do shotguns get anything special in 5th edition? It does not.
Weirdo just carries around dragon's breath rounds.
Listen, I will have you know that Arizona is a purple state, so there are a bunch of people who carry dragonfire
God.
rounds.
No, I'm just saying, because,
Yeah.
like, I have a million of them.
But oh man, just imagine if you accidentally go up, you just boom, just one thing catches you on fire and it's over. I don't see anything special about shotguns, which I could have sworn they did something.
I think they lose
Different.
damage at longer range.
Well, that just seems silly.
It's
No,
a
it makes
shotgun.
Well,
Eh.
wider.
yeah, it's a wider spray. I think it just had a better ability to hit more people. I feel like there's more to the weapon stats that they are not listing on here.
Well, worse.
No weapons chart in 5th edition vampire. Yeah.
Spend a lot of time on rules.
Do you not want to play, or
No, I
do you?
do. It's just,
Okay.
It's
I'm trying to.
observation.
I'm trying to figure this out and do it correctly because it's cool that you guys just power through and kill stuff all day, but I also need to have consequences for
Mhm. Yeah.
bad things happening and me
What
just.
are these consequences you speak of?
I know, it's weird, and I really want it to be like,
It was just an observation. It's not.
but it's not an appropriate one to make while we're trying to figure stuff out.
Alright, forget I said anything.
Okay. And I mean, if the book was better, I wouldn't have to spend this much time on it, but I'm still trying to find stuff.
System hate the book.
Yeah, it really Core page 300 plus, go read it. Attack dice versus defense dice, okay. Those successes win. Damage is equal to the extra successes plus the damage value of the weapon. That's what I'm looking for, is the damage value of the shotgun. Because I know there's a
I'm
chart.
looking for the weapon chart now.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the weapon chart? That's what I need. Because the item's gear isn't telling me that. Because I know there's something that lists what weapons do. Because it's not just the flat superficial damage, there's more. Also, I wish the index was easier to find.
There you go.
What page?
Medium shotgun
Oh,
is +3.
304.
304.
Simple weaponry.
Why is it so far? Sample weapons rating.
So medium gunshot would be a damage value of +3.
Okay.
Light gunshot is
That's heavy gunshot, 12 gauge, close range only. You are in close range.
I'm
Yeah, so it's
shit.
a +4. You're not wearing any armor.
Wait, they're using shotguns?
Yeah, these two were using
yeah, you
shotguns.
just got checked.
Oof.
No.
Yeah, that was why I emphasized that they had switched out their weapons, and these were longer, stockier ones, and that they were maintaining the hallways. If you want to fight off infiltrators down a narrow passage, you're going to hit them with shotguns. Because that's you got to come to us, and we're going to just spray down the hall. Last week you did not get any armor, right? Because I'm just going back and re-clarifying. I know Antonio has armor for Callista, but I don't think Lucian
Yeah, I was
had
gonna
gotten
say.
any.
I was like, I know there's something.
There
was
is an
mentioned.
armory, but like I carry around like personal stuff, and I usually end up giving it to Callista because she's never prepared with anything.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, you poor sweet baby Jesus child, you're going to get murdered.
I am not a fighter in this.
We're not worried about you.
We protect you so hard.
You have body armor for a reason, and there's no criticism for that. I'm
Right.
asking if Lucian had any, which I don't think they did. So 3 + 4, so that's going to be 7 superficial on the first hit, and then you had 2 successes, which made it. I replaced those.
What if I fill up all my little slashes?
Then it goes into the aggravated,
Okay.
which you're not filling up the slashes. You're doing the amount equal to what you have currently. So you would only have 6 slashes to fill.
Okay.
So once you exceed your 6 slashes, they go into lethal damage. Oh, you're just making them. The X's would be the lethal if you want to use that to keep track. Okay. So, knowing how much you have left, great. So that's
Which
2
you
successes.
also back into the miss.
4 successes. So it would be an additional 2 aggravated for the second shot because your other success reduced that. Yeah, shotguns hurt.
Dude, shotguns are the one gun that actually like messes vampires up.
Yep.
That's why I carry mine with some special sauce in it.
Some special sauce.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, Lucian, you're not fine.
They don't hurt.
These two blasts. These are not home defense shotguns. These are self-defense, almost semi-military grade ones. So their blast radius is a little more contained, and the shell has a lot more punch in it. So you look down and you see that there is a very sizable hole put into your chest and into your upper shoulder. These guys are very well trained. They were aiming for center mass, and they largely stayed in it. And while the rest of you hear the 2 very distinctive shotgun blasts, there's also the sound of, the fucker's still standing! What the hell? And so now we're going to just take this into full-on combat, because now they're going to be defending this window that has been breached.
Is that all you got?
The way initiative works is, I'll learn it someday, because the 3 and done is quick and effective, but I think the initiative is
Generally Dex and Wits.
While
to determine who's going first. What do we do?
Dex
I
and
have
wits.
something that might be relevant to that.
Okay, what is it?
Viper's gonna retreat.
Viper's gonna retreat.
My route check was shape changing back into a snake.
Okay.
And he's gonna go back to the van.
Okay. Viper is gone.
Yeah.
Woke up, became a snake, came in, got blown up, and was like, nope.
No,
went back to the van, went back to sleep.
It makes sense. You're into aggravated damage too.
But yeah, so he my reasoning behind it is this whole time there's been this like separation between like, you know, he's like starting to suspect everyone, and he had that conversation with his sire and all that about how like, you know, keep your distance type thing, and especially after hearing the shotgun stuff and then the fucker still standing, that's a huge ass masquerade breach, and he's like, I'm not being involved in that. He's like,
I was waiting for Viper to point that out.
yeah, he was like, yeah, he is getting ready to like, he's gonna wait probably like 10 minutes, but the moment someone starts coming to the van, he's gonna try and drive away. Like, he is like,
It's not a masquerade breach if there's nobody there
He's still-
about it.
Also, he is unprepared, and he does not want to die. So he is like,
He's unprepared.
And
He
he
goes
had-
back to the
he had-
van, finds all this ordnance.
but also he also something that I had mentioned because I in the chat message added pinged Shay and was like, what if they just like went back to the van? And then I was like, he's unprepared, and also Viper didn't have any part in planning it, so he's just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is not my thing. Goodbye. Like, but yeah, I was debating on that for a little, but I was like, no, it's his character. He would not be involved
I would
after getting blown up.
I would have to make a willpower, I think, to be able to run away, which I can do. But I am not getting in the line of fire either, so Callista's just gonna stand back and have the mist ready and possibly sing an unnerving song to throw them all off. But I am not starting this, so
I mean, it's already started.
it's already started.
While he was
And
going
start
back,
the
Viper
fire,
would,
it was always burning since the world was
yeah,
turning.
literally. Viper would inform her that he is going back to the van, but he is like, no, I'm sorry. Actually, he's not sorry, but Casey is sorry.
All right, so that'll be that'll be Viper's turn, and probably subsequent turns to not be there. Antonio, all right, Callista, you're also planning to leave.
As Antonio said I could.
No. All right. I
Can't
guess
really
I guess I'll defer to Antonio. What are you planning to do?
Stick with my plan. I am going around the other direction after I set my claymore. If Callista does say something about like, you know, want to go or whatever, I would tell her like, you know, you can leave if you want to. I am going back in to get Lucian in to cover the masquerade breach.
Okay.
A breach. I just got.
I mean, that's one of the many breaches.
I mean, what are you talking about? Everything else was just gangs on PCP.
Exactly. Yeah, gangs definitely have fragmentation grenades, and it's fine.
Oh, there's going to be no fragmentation grenades when I'm done. This was a gas line explosion.
Oh, of course.
I have my C4 on me. It's fine.
No,
This thing's going up.
it's
Alright,
fine.
killers, you do.
It's fine.
Christmas tree.
Police response time in wealthy neighborhoods are horrible.
Actually, to that note, I will turn to Callista and be like, Perhaps call in Maxwell and see if you can do something with police influence to have them cordon off the area, but it is not safe due to a gas leak.
Yes, sir. I go do that.
Sure.
So yeah, that gives her an out and something to do at the same time.
Very good.
Because even if I can't get Lucian out of this, I gotta cover this shit up. Because, you know, if I don't, we're all gonna be dead anyway, so...
All right, so Lucian, is that what, or not Lucian? That's what Antonio's turn is gonna be, is talking.
And then I would definitely head in the
Start
direction of the
moving.
shotgun blast and the.
Yep.
the
So
you know,
I'll
however
say that round you're giving instructions and moving, so you're going to be within the area that Lucian is, but that's all you can do.
That's
Callista, you're going to move and move to the van and make a call.
Yep.
Okay. Let's have you do that now then. Give me I need a roll that you're good at. But this is going to be a
Real fast.
Yep.
Before you roll. Just so I can not this. I just put that there so I could read it. Because I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
I just realized did my familiar die?
Ah,
But they come
shit.
back.
Did your familiar die? Because that would have been 13 as well. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, that's why I
please.
said just before I'm gonna do it so I can read it. Just so the roll doesn't get lost. So I was like, before you roll, let me put this up so that you can see the roll.
Yep. So, Callista, tell me, you don't have to roleplay it all out, but just give me a general idea of what you're explaining to Maxwell of why he needs to pull strings to get the police force to not respond to the call of an explosion and the sound of subsequent violence down this wealthy neighborhood.
most people don't know the difference between an explosion and a gun going off.
You're right, but there was an explosion and then several guns going off.
Right, but
And it's also Arizona where people do are allowed to open carry and own guns. So most people in Arizona do have an idea.
So Callisto,
I will say, after living in a bad area, I do know the difference between a gunshot and an explosion, and that
I mean,
was just.
I
saying
do,
it,
yes,
like,
but
yeah.
most people don't, is what I'm saying. But fair enough. Like, Arizona definitely a different place.
So Callisto will say, sorry, excuse me.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, there's a firefight between some kind who are abducting property from kindred. We need help to divert police. Tell them that there's a gas leak and it's not safe to get too close.
Okay. I'm gonna need manipulation persuasion then,
Ooh.
please.
Can I add? Lucian needs help.
Yes, that'll give you a +1. But still give me manipulation persuasion with a bonus of 1 because you mentioned that their boyfriend's in trouble. And just for clarification, I'm saying manipulation because you're not giving all of the information or accurate information of what's going on, but that is a critical. I am legally obligated to ask if you want to re-roll that failure.
I mean that's
It's a 1.
yeah.
But it's 5 successes.
yeah.
So I wasn't expecting a critical. I was expecting it to be a little hard. But you make it.
They really like Lucian.
Yeah, no. Well, it's balancing Lucian plus Masquerade Bleach plus Firefight. Like, these things are not easy to clean up, and to tell them there's an active fight going on, and to be able to they aren't able to Men in Black neuralizer people's ability to see things. So he's just like, I'll do what I can, and he hangs up the phone, and you get the feeling that it's going to be okay eventually, but every minute that you guys are breaching the masquerade is another minute that footage and information is openly
now,
available.
to be clear, breaching the masquerade is clear use of vampiric powers. There's definitely something going on here, but they didn't catch anybody on film running its celerity.
Yes, you're right. That hasn't happened yet.
Yet.
You guys are attracting attention to the vampiric world through the means of this altercation, and anything that happened afterwards, they're just like, the moment you set off an explosive and drew public attention to what you were doing, put everything at risk. The moment Lucian did not die from taking 2 shotgun blasts to the chest is where the technical breach happened. And as we all know, if the people who saw Lucian take 2 shotgun blasts to the chest are not alive by the end of it, it's a lot easier to clean up. However, you have to take very careful steps to keep everything else concealed from then on.
Am I do want to look to Viper then and say, how good are you with technology?
Not the best. And actually, Viper would be looking in the van to see like what exactly like weapons wise is in there, like if there's any other types of explosives, because if he has to, he will blow the place up himself with Lucian and Antonio in it to keep the masquerade safe.
So you don't have enough blow-up juice.
I was just, that's why he's looking.
Just drive the van into the building and blow it up.
Yeah, he's trying to see what is back there, to see if he can think of like anything to like.
I don't just leave that shit lying around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything?
No, I know.
And
That's
if there
why
was,
like...
all right.
What is your tech intelligence, by the way?
Let's pause that because we're still doing the combat stuff, and you two have done your turns.
Yeah.
Lucian, you just took 2 shotgun blasts to the chest, and so
I'm going to Disney World.
yeah, you have a chance to retaliate after saying, "Is that the best you can do?" And I think that the response they had before this round happens is they just like hammer back the 2 empty shells out, and it like reloads the next ones, and so they're just waiting for you to come at them.
No. I'm doing the
Antonio,
spin and back against
just
the
kidding,
wall.
guys.
Antonio has shown up if it helps.
Yeah. As soon as Antonio shows up for help, yeah, then.
Well, he is there. That was what he did on his turn,
Yeah.
was get there. So you have backup or a potential body.
You go first.
Mm-hmm. So are we just hiding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back against the wall, going, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Give me a stealth dexterity to just kind of take cover.
Come on. How about 3? With a critical.
With a critical, so that's actually 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you disappear around the corner and you tell Antonio, it's like, you go first. And so...
Antonio looks more at home now than, like, you've ever seen him. He's just, like, whistling to himself and, like, you know, pulling shit out of pouches and getting stuff ready. Which, by the way, I'm going to fling a flashbang down the hallway before I go get a shotgun blast to the face.
Yep. Which we're going to get to right now, because I'm going to say first round is over. And basically, if we were like doing like the sliding bar scale of which side is winning more, it's smack dab in the middle. Thank you, McDiabeats, for the follow. It's still right in the middle because the round was spent not really doing anything for combat. but Lucian has taken a place to hide. Actually, not yet, Antonio, because I have to actually give them a turn.
They got a turn.
I mean,
No,
do you?
they didn't get a turn because combat hadn't started until after they
By
shot
the way, to be
Lucian.
clear, if I am here, I'm like staying around a wall, not like standing in the middle of the hallway.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
And not to say that I'm copying your plan, but I did say that they had flashbangs before you had thrown the first grenade. But you do hear the soft slide of metal across concrete.
So can I have enough awareness to kick it back at them?
You can attempt to roll that, but they're going to throw their flashbang, and if you somehow beat their roll, I can say that you can try and kick it back. But these are trained professionals. They're not going to be doing anything where it's.
So can I make an argument for awareness dexterity since I'm looking for it, but I'm also like trying to kick it back at them?
Sure.
Three. That's a solid 3.
Let me go.
What's a shot?
303 is the page with the shenanigans on it. So let me go back to these people.
Shenanigans.
It's the shenanigans. That's what I'm calling it now. So their physical is a 4, and there's no just like explosives. So I think I'll just say. Okay. We'll just do. We'll just do the roll that I did before. I'm gonna say no, unless you want to re-roll one. No, you can't even get a critical.
No, I can't.
So.
God, we're gonna die.
Yep. So there's going to be the quick flashbang, but here's the thing. Give me, both of you, a wits awareness to be able to react in a way that could shield your eyes from it. Good thing these aren't UV flashbangs. There's your critical.
Technically don't work anyway. Awareness and wits, right? Why is that
I'm
not?
hungry. Yeah, I got a hunger. I don't want.
Dos. Taquitos, por favor.
Dos taquitos, por favor. Okay. And so I'm going to say that. I guess that before I make up a rule, is there a description for flashbangs in here?
Oh, let me see if I can find.
Because I was just gonna put a dice penalty for being stunned, but it doesn't look like there is because of course
I
there
don't see
isn't.
anything.
The way if you're fine with it too, since you also have flash bangs, was I was just gonna roll like a d4 and that was just gonna be a penalty dice, because it's not like you're blind. You are literally just stunned and your ability to do stuff is messed up. So d4. So the two of you have a -3 for being stunned on all of your.
For how long?
Well, probably just the one round because this is a 3-round thing.
Yeah.
I think if it affected you for the entire combat, that would be a bit much.
So now, knowing that they are going to breach, so did my 2 not actually get me out of the effect?
No, it did not, because
Damn.
they rolled significantly better than you.
Oh, I didn't know we were trying to beat it just to be aware that it was coming.
Yeah, that's what the so it would have been like the defensive roll for the getting shot or being in melee.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of drop my flashbang and move Lucian and I, because they're going to breach because they threw a flashbang.
Yes,
So,
but I need you to hold on because they still have their turns. So that's only one person.
Okay.
Okay? And so with the flashbang out for the first one, the second one is going to come out. And they don't know that Antonio is there. and they know that Lucian had went around a corner. So they're going to come around and they're going to level the shotgun on Lucian because Lucian was the threat. And so they definitely see that Antonio is there, but the other guy can't do anything about it now. So shotgun 66 or 60-10 to try and hit you. You get the defensive roll with a minus of 3 dice for flashbang. No critical, but that's going to be 4 successes.
I do have a mechanical question.
Answer?
Are we within line of sight?
No. You went to the van.
Before he comes around and sees me, can I activate Mask of 1,000 Faces?
No.
Okay.
Well, what does it do? Because you didn't really do anything on your turn, and I don't want to retroactive something that would mess up this. But if it was something that would make sense to have done on your turn before you knew that shit was getting bad.
You make yourself appear as a nondescript stranger, someone expected to be present in the area.
I don't think so.
Okay, they arouse little suspicion as long as their presence is at all plausible.
Oh, that...
Yeah.
In that case, I don't think it would work because then they
no.
would go, who are you and where did the guy go? And then they would immediately realize something. It just, it's not plausible.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I just thought of it. Okay, what do I roll for my opposing again?
Probably Dex Dodge, I would
Dex
assume.
Dodge, yeah.
Dodge?
Dodge.
Here comes
Athletics.
Dexamichi, Rin.
Dex Athletics, yeah.
Oh, God. -3. That's all my dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucian is stunned. And so you're, we don't
So
need
to be fair, Lucian, you can use blood to pump yourself, so that you can get an additional die.
but they're not going to be able to withstand. It's going to knock them out regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how many dice
they got 2 left before they're aggravated.
Yep.
All right, and so now
if they roll Dex dodge, do they not get a chance to dodge out of the way?
Their penalty gives them 0 dice.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if they use blood to pump it, that would give them at least 1.
Sure, but the way the damage works is their success minus the successes of the hit. So,
right, but what I'm saying is, if you can, you might as well take 1 off of that at least.
they're going to cap out and go into overkill.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it wasn't going to matter. They only had 2 left on their thing before it overkills.
Yep.
And now the important question is, once their aggravated bar fills up, they go into torpor. They're not dead, right?
Yeah. I think I saw that somewhere.
I'm like 95% sure.
Yeah.
Because it's still really hard to kill you guys.
Yeah. Is it there?
Oh god, damage is listed 363 times. All right. To the table of contents.
That's why I was looking for aggravated damage, which doesn't help either.
It only has 68.
I know we're spending a lot of time on rules, but it really doesn't help because it's not clear.
I mean, it's kind of an important thing to have a rule on.
Aggravated damage is on 126, according to the index.
Yeah, I'm looking. Aggravated health damage. Aggravated health damage.
Superficial.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an index. I'm sitting here trying to look at
Oh,
the
the
table of
index is
contents.
apparently really hard to find because it's not in the back of the book like it should be.
Yeah, apparently.
Aggravated-
I didn't think it had an index.
Aggravated
Yeah.
damage causes
Fall
broken
into
bones,
torpor.
wounds, and life-threatening injuries. Sharp and piercing weapons do aggravated damage to humans. Normally, only fire, sunlight, and claws, teeth. Some attacks that reveal secret knowledge about the target or blah, aggravated damage to willpower. Okay.
This is from the book.
And at the end of the tracker, character with their tracker completely filled with aggravated damage is out of the conflict, possibly permanently. In physical combat, they are comatose or dead if mortal, or fall into torpor if a vampire. Okay, so yeah, Lucian, you take another shotgun blast, and this time you go down, and the guy is probably just like, must have been some good body armor or something, not realizing that you don't wear a shirt underneath your vest. They're still caught in the adrenaline of this. But Antonio, you see Lucian go down, which means you are squaring off against these two guys after getting flashbanged. Now
Alright,
you could
so-
do your
so
thing.
Now I'm switching from no flashbang, because F that, we're going with a frag, and I'm doing the same plan.
You hold it and you bear hug the nearest guy in front of you. I like it.
No, we're not going 17 minutes tournament of power.
Yeah.
I am literally pulling the pin and dropping the grenade since the guy's right next to me, and I'm grabbing Lucian and hauling ass in the other direction. I don't need to see to do any of those things.
All right, so that's a bit much as far as action economy. So I can give you two of the three things you want to do. You can
Take him out.
you can drop the grenade and grab Lucian and like take cover, which you'll still take some of the damage because you're right there at his feet. Or you can throw the grenade and run, leaving Lucian behind. Or you can grab Lucian and run, leaving the guy there to react as appropriate.
All right, never mind. If that's the case, then I can't roll that way.
It's just a lot of stuff to do.
Then
within-
I figured since I was dropping the grenade, it wouldn't take an action. But since we're going to do it that way, what I'd like to do is switch to the flashbang again, and just hope to God that because of the flashbang, they don't chew me up before I can get Lucian out of the way.
I think the flashbang's a good bet since they only have the 6 dice, and if they get a 4, then it's really going to be easy to get away from them.
Yeah, they get a shit ton of attack dice.
It's just what they gave for these mooks, and they don't have very good NPC thingies, but their firearms is like a
for
5.
Mooks, these guys are beasties.
Or sorry, their firearms is a 6. So
That's what I mean. Like that's you can't even have a 6 of firearms.
What's your shotgun?
Well, I think
Shotguns are nasty.
the way I'm treating it is it's a combination of the physical plus the firearms, where it's like
Well,
these are.
if you're talking about like Dex plus firearms, then
That's
yes.
what I mean, yeah. So it's like
okay.
here's the combination of their firearms plus the ability.
I see.
Because when I looked at it, I was like, giving them like an extra 2 or 3 with the
like,
physical is insane.
I'm built for combat, and I have a 7, so
Yeah.
like 6 is hefty, dude.
Yeah, so I was only giving them the 6 because it's like these are the stats that they're good at and what they have in their dice pool for it. So I just treated it that way. So yeah, so flashbang, grab Lucian.
Yep.
Okay, roll me the same thing that we just did, which was they're gonna kick it back to you. No, I could do that, just be a jerk. No, but roll the.
If they're gonna kick it back, I literally dropped it. They have nowhere to kick it. Like
They kick
I'm
it.
standing-
They kick it at Lucian, so it lands beside him as you reach down to grab him, and it just goes off in your eyes. And
Instead
he
of
uses
grabbing
you.
Lucian,
And he uses you as a
grab the
shield.
bomb.
Yeah, you grab the flashbang instead.
I don't care. I'm
mhm.
torpored.
yeah. Just throw the torpor character over the flashbang, and it's fine. Roll me.
Hey,
Roll
use
me.
as a
Roll me
shield.
your Dex or strength plus your athletics to yeet this flashbang. Well, no.
I was gonna say I'm not.
You're
I'm
just dropping it. You
literally
don't.
just dropping it.
So I need a target number to roll against though. Why don't you just roll me... Why don't you just roll me the... Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, because they don't have rules for thrown stuff or flashbangs. I'm gonna just roll his...
Dex awareness, Dex athletics.
But he's just dropping it. He's not doing any kind of precision. Like, he makes a valid point. It's like, it's just going at my feet before I move. And it's like, okay, and... I'm just trying to figure out what this guy is going to make a save against, because there isn't a rule for this, and so we've been playing it.
For them, you did Dex awareness. So.
Yes, but I need to establish what a target number is. What DC is he rolling this against? That's what I'm trying to determine. So I know what I'm going to roll. I'm just trying to figure out what number I'm setting it to. Do I just make an arbitrary number? Because if I make an arbitrary number...
Generally, the way this works is you roll against the DC based on mitigating factors, right?
Yeah.
So, what are the mitigating factors that you're considering? Like, hectic battle? Like, they got the jump on us, so, like, that might be in their favor.
I did 6 last time because they literally threw it down a hallway to where they were. The 6 was a factor of them having to precision it to where Lucian and Antonio were. This is him casually dropping it with no effort because it's going to go off in this vicinity because he's in melee range. However, in the discussion of mitigating factors...
I say just set it as a 10 roundabout. No, to be honest with you, I would give it base 3 and then up or down with mitigating factors is what I would say.
Base 3, he's not aware that you have a flashbang yourself, so that'll make it a 4. He's aware that you're there, but his attention is on Lucian, so I'm gonna leave it at 4. And any successes that he'll have, which is the way I was playing this for you too. If your successes overrid it, you would reduce the penalty dice. So anything that he exceeds will reduce it by the successes as well. So I'm gonna roll for him wits awareness to be smart enough to shield his eyes or look away or do whatever it is to protect himself. Oh, God, I just lost it. Where'd they go? Where's my mooks? Because,
oh, no, not my mooks!
Because, see, the great thing about these mooks is they're very good physically, but mentally they're not very strong. So he needs to get a critical on this. Because all he has is 3 dice.
Because that's the thing, with that -3, I was not trying to do any kind of aiming this round. Like,
yeah, no, it makes sense because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to stun and disable you. It's what made Lucian very vulnerable because Lucian was grabbing their face in shock and agony of their eyes being burned out, and then they took a shotgun blast. However, he has successes, but not enough. Which, just like what happened with you, while he succeeded, it's not enough to subtract anything from what your roll would have been, or in this case, the DC of 4. So go ahead and roll me a D4 to see how many dice penalty he will take for the next round.
4.
3.
I'll take a 3. I'll take a 3.
Oh, 3 is good. All right. So you drop the flashbang at his feet. It goes off, and you've grabbed Lucian. Oh, sorry. Let me roll the other guy, too, because they're both technically there, even though the one threw the flashbang. It's going to be the same thing. He doesn't have a whole lot. Not enough. So both of them have a -3 for the round. We wrap up the session tonight with you grabbing Lucian to start dragging him away. I'm going to say... Well, we can finish the 3rd round, too, now that we kind of have an idea. I'm assuming you're just going to run.
No, incorrect.
No, incorrect. You only have the one more round to do something, so I hope it's good. So these guys are just going to take shots at you then with the flashbangs. They can't see, but they have a general idea, and shotguns work in a spray. So 3d6, and you are able to defend, but you're going to take a -1 for carrying a body. I'm assuming you're doing a soldierly professional fireman carry, so your ability is a little bit better.
I wasn't picking up Lucian, to be clear.
Oh,
I
you
was
were just
I was covering Lucian away from the blast, and now that they're like, oh, I'm gonna turn to fight now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, they will just shoot you. I'm gonna give them a +1 for being really close, and you are just you're not in any kind of cover, and you were shielding Lucian at the time, so they're just gonna have a +1, so it's just gonna be 4 instead of 3. Okay, so that's 3 successes for him. You'll need to dodge to try and avoid that one, and he's gonna willpower 2. Okay. Give me one more dodge for the second guy's shots. He only has 2 successes. Would you like to willpower? Either of those?
Okay, so here's the thing. With their -3, what did they actually score?
This is me rolling them with the -3 because they have 6 dice.
Christ. Okay. 6 dice is just so many fucking dice. All right.
I know, it's like when you shoot people, it's insane.
It really sucks that I didn't get a freaking like wits dex to be in a better order here, because that really fucks it up. All right. Let's see. I can reroll 1. So what is the lesser of the 1?
Second one.
The second one would be easier to completely avoid. It's 2 successes.
So I can reroll.
Basically, you just
3,
need
right?
you need 1 success to avoid it completely.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool. So you completely avoid.
So I'm gonna eat the 1.
Yeah, you're gonna eat the first hit. So it's gonna be.
Now, what does my armor give me?
That is a great question
That
because
armor reduces a lot.
yeah, your armor's gonna reduce. Fuck. Where was the weapons and stuff? Because I saw a table that had it.
I don't know if you have the same armor, but one you gave me, if I can find it.
It's just flak armor, isn't it?
Well,
No, I have fancy shit.
I had Kevlar, and that's an armor value of 1.
Yeah, no, I gave her Kevlar, but I have extremely fancy shit.
Well, then you take no
So
damage.
where is the thing that has the weapon table and the armor table? We just had it. I'm just flipping through all of this stuff.
If it's better than mine, then it's -2 to the damage. You wouldn't take any.
A 306, 30 something, 304.
304. Thank you.
So this is
304.
what I have.
You take no damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just gonna reinforced clothing, Kevlar, tactical, SWAT, or military armor. I don't think it's that good.
It's just the same.
This is I'm sending you a picture of what I'm wearing because it's
No,
definitely
that's
good.
fine. But on 304, the armor values are way off of what we're saying. So reinforced clothing, heavy leathers have an armor value of 2 or 0 versus bullets. Ballistic cloth has an armor value of 2. Kevlar vest, flak jacket has 4. Tactical SWAT or military armor, 1 die penalty to dexterity rolls, which we haven't been factoring in, gives you an armor value of 6.
Even if it's the
So I feel like you would have been in the. I know you're saying your armor is really nice. Yeah, that's the military armor. So are you good with operating from now on with a -1 dexterity penalty?
Now that we know, I mean, shit. I just didn't know that was the case.
we didn't know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, are you good with that, or do you want to downgrade it to treating it like the Kevlar vest and
No, I mean, like,
Callista the
if
ballistic?
if I go Kevlar vest, then I'll go Kevlar vest like later. I have enough dex to suck it up and.
But that's
have
what
the
I'm
-1,
saying.
so-
Like, are we just going to side grade the entire values to treat Callista like she's in ballistic cloth, which would be the 2, and you would have the 4, and then we would just get rid of the dex penalty? Or do you want to keep this 6 and keep the 4 for the Kevlar vest that Callista is wearing?
I would like to keep the 6 and keep the 4, and then take the -1.
All right, so
That's what I have on my sheet. It's literally riot
all
control
right,
armor.
mark this down and mark the page number 2, so we don't have to find
Yeah.
this later. So, tactical SWAT, military armor, 1 dice penalty to dexterity rolls, armor value of 6.
Trying
Kevlar.
to figure out where to put that. Detail,
I
maybe?
believe there's a spot.
Here we go. Here we
for-
go. It's under detail.
Yeah, and actually, under character details, there's equipment. So Callista, make sure you add your, and it's Kevlar with a V. Kevlar.
I mean, now that it's such a big thing, we're not gonna forget next time for sure. But
Yep, and
I'll
I'm gonna
definitely write it down on my sheet.
Shay, I'm adjusting yours. Kevlar 4 armor value.
oh jeez, I would have been fine.
Yep. And Antonio, there is a spot to put the notes where it has your minus penalty.
Yeah,
and
I will next to my armor.
I will do my best to remember that come next week too.
Yeah, because it's such a big deal. I'll definitely remember it for next time. Like, this was a whole big thing that would, we looked up the rule and everything. So.
Yep. So getting up to fight. Let's go ahead and stop because we're at the end of our time, and so to be continued. Last
But I
round.
want to murder them.
and
So do I, but I'm dead.
Antonio's last stand.
Ish.
You're not dead yet.
There we go.
Dead-ish.
Fine.
There we go.
I did put in the Discord chat what Viper would be trying to get Callista to do, just so we know to start off next time. But
Yeah. Anthony FH, thank you for following just as we're wrapping up.
Uh,
Psycho!
Is that someone you know?
Oh no, I just
Oh.
said thank you, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to come next week and see us.
I
in
heard
bird.
the high
We're
pitched
probably
noises
not
and I
gonna
wasn't
make it.
sure.
No, I said yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, so this is the end of us. We normally start a little bit earlier, but this seems to be our normal run time of about 2.5 hours. So we'll figure it out from here. Because 2.5 hours seems to be working until we get into moments like this where another hour would have been great. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Next time you'll see us is Saturday, because there's nothing else going on here during the week on our channel. Kay will be joining us potentially for
Not this Saturday though.
not this Saturday.
Yeah.
Too soon. You
Believe.
can't get it
Too
jumped
soon.
in.
This is my vacation week.
Oh, well, there you go. She'll be joining us for
That's
Winter's
why I'm
Gate.
not available on Tuesday.
Well, that'll give them time. That'll give them time to figure out where to add you in.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll catch us again then. I'll be on Valdrien's channel for some modified Blade in the Dark, and hopefully to record some Trudvang. And then Friday, we have the Q&A of Cult Downfall. Now that that's over, Mitch will be there to take part in the Q&A. Cadence, I think if you want to be in it too as a cult person, you're welcome to pop in. I can pass that along if you want to just sit in and share cult experiences. Because I did kind of draw some I Am Pilgrim stuff in there.
okay.
Because the original plan was just to be a sequel, but then they were like, do a published thing. And I was like, okay, I guess. So yeah, that's fine. Or just, hang out with us. But it's late. It's like after 10 o'clock. when that starts. So
What day was that again? Sorry.
Friday.
Friday. Maybe.
Maybe see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's us. There's quite a few people watching today, so I'm gonna find us somebody to raid to share the love. And I don't think our normal group.
Thank you all for stopping by and checking us out, by the way.
Thank you
Yeah.
all
Very
for
much
stopping
appreciated.
by and checking
Of
us
course,
out.
on our craziest,
Yeah,
most unorganized.
crazy,
session.
I've never been
unorganized.
deadish before. I don't
Never
know if
been-
I
All
like
the
this.
rules went excellent tonight.
We just need
Nothing to see here.
Oh, God.
You're not nearly dead, but really most sincerely dead.
Yeah. Darn impetuous Malkavian.
So who is on right now?
I'll eat body armor.
D&D is on, but they won't notice us. Legends of Avantris have been playing again lately, and they're good people. So we'll go raid them. Raid. They're playing some
Oh,
D&D.
I hear cheering.
Cheering.
Did the Bucks win?
They're playing something called Prime, and it's their 85th episode. Wow. So, there you go.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
What happened?
The Milwaukee Bucks won.
Oh, cool.
Or
What-
they're winning? Oh, they are winning.